Welcome to Bragg Radio, leading the world to be rich and generous. For the next hour, best-selling real estate investing author Larry Goins and co-host Kandas will help show you the many ways real estate creates the ideal investment. Whether you want to flip houses or become a passive investor making double-digit returns while others do all the work, you'll learn how here on Bragg Radio, leading the world to be rich and generous. Here are your hosts, Larry and Kandas.
How you doing?
What's happening? How are you doing?
Good.
Excellent, excellent.
You?
Happy Saturday afternoon. Right?
Yes.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Good. You just make stuff so weird sometimes.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Glad I could help. So thanks for tuning in to Bragg Radio. What's Bragg about? What, we get people all the time. What's that brag about? Why you call your show Bragg Radio?
I heard you say brag, and I just turned the channel. Really?
Tell
you don't even know what it is, and you turn the channel?
Tell them.
Then why are you here doing an office
I've asked you
tour?
3 times. Tell them. 4 times. Tell them.
Bragg is an acronym for our company. It is to be rich and generous. We want, our niche is real estate. You can become rich however you want to. We could teach you with real estate, show you what's been successful for us and even the pitfalls that we've fallen into as far as real estate. But you can't move forward without some failures. And it makes the taste of success all that much sweeter. We do it with real estate, and then you can only spend so much money in your life, so we also show you how to be generous or encourage you to be generous with your blessings of time and money that real estate offers.
Absolutely.
Pretty good? You think that was good?
I think that was great. That was great.
Spot on there pretty much, huh?
We want to encourage people to go out and make some money and then go out and donate time
and give it away.
And money. Give it away now.
Make it and then give it away.
Give it away now.
Understanding, though, that, we get people, too, that I've had people come up to me and say, well, I haven't been able to start bragging yet. I haven't been able to give it. Well, what have you been able to do? Don't focus on what you haven't been able to do. Have you been able to spend more time with your family? Have you been able to go to your daughter's recital when you weren't able to before? Have you been able to come home and have dinner with your family where you weren't able to before and you were tied to a job that had you working 16 hours a day sometimes? But regardless, time and money, both are very valuable, and especially to the people that love you.
That's absolutely true. And guys, listen, I don't care where you are in your financial career or in your financial situation. Everybody can help somebody. Nobody can help everybody, all right? That's something I learned a long time ago. Nobody can help everybody, but everybody can help somebody. And I want you to think right now, I don't care if you're driving or if you're at home or whatever, I want you to think, who is a somebody that you could help, that you could be rich and generous with? I don't care if it's taking them a meal. I don't care if it's calling them and giving them some words of encouragement, whatever it is. I want you to be generous with other people, okay? It's not all about you. Yeah, the money's great. We do a lot of real estate deals and have a lot of money coming in and have been doing this for a long time. But remember, money is just a tool. It's a tool that gives you the freedom to spend your time the way you want to spend it, right?
Right.
And I mean, money can buy you a house, but it can't give you a home, right?
Right.
That's true.
We're just getting deep. We're getting deep in here.
And remember this. Money can buy you a Rolex, but it can't give you one more second here on earth, okay? And money can pay your medical bills, but it can't give you good health, all right? So take care of yourself. And I remember Jim Rohn used to say, if you haven't heard of Jim Rohn, he passed away in 2009, but he was known as the father of philosophy, motivational guy. I love this guy. I love this guy. He used to, he used to say, people would say, I'll take care of you if you take care of me. He says, no, they got it all wrong. I'll take care of me for you if you'll take care of you for me.
Look at you. Just look at you spreading the knowledge. Getting that philosophy out there.
That's some good stuff right there.
Can we hop off our soapboxes, though, and teach them something?
One more thing I want to say. Just one more thing I want to say about that. I talked about the house, the home, the health, and the medical bills, and the Rolex and the time. But the last thing, money can buy you a cross, but it can't give you salvation. So remember that.
Preacher
Next.
Larry. Preacher Larry.
We are gathered here.
Hey, I thought today we would talk about what makes real estate the ideal investment. We did our 3-day event last weekend, and you used the acronym I.D.E.A.L, and I know we've talked about it on the show before. We seem to have a few more listeners now than we've had in the past, so I thought maybe, if we got a couple more. I've had a few more family members hop on, so, I'm building it. I'm building it.
You go, Kandas.
I'm doing what I can. I do what I can.
But are those family members old enough to even understand it yet?
Easy.
It's not like
Easy.
It's not like cousins making their kids sit around and listen to radio, is it?
No, but it is cousins that are actually in real estate. We had a set of cousins. Him and his wife moved back up here from...
A set of cousins? What is that?
A husband and wife.
Oh, okay.
They moved back up here from Florida, and they were investing down there. So they're now coming back up here and going to start again. So I was just talking to them about the show and what we do and stuff like that. So hopefully they've hopped on. You know who you are, Ashley and Travis.
All right, good. So what do we got going on today?
Ideal real estate as the ideal investment.
Is that like
you got a whole acronym for
Is that like an acrostic? Is that what that is?
What is that?
What do you call it? Is
that
what you
a
call
word,
that?
Chad?
Chad is the
Chad.
wordsmith.
Acrostic is a word, but you're looking for acronym.
Okay.
Yes, constantly I go to you. Is that a word? Is he using that right?
He is the wordsmith. He is in radio, after all.
Very true. We need to make sure Tito knows how to do that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will
That's
brief
what
him.
we go to him for.
That's funny. So, Kandas, tell us, how is real estate the ideal investment?
That's what we're waiting on you to tell us, Larry.
Okay. All right. So
You're the teacher.
the teacher. I'm going to learn you something right now.
Although half the time what I hear from you is wah, 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 wah.
That's really how I
As the
sound in your head,
teacher.
isn't it?
At times, that is exactly how you sound in my head.
Axe the teacher.
It's like earlier. Was it earlier today? I was doing something, or one day this week. I don't know. I was doing something. You were talking, and you were like, "She's put me on ignore."
I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah,
I said it out loud too, didn't I?
And I heard what you had said before, and I heard that, but because you said that, I kept it on ignore and just walked away.
That's funny.
Anyway, real estate as the ideal investment.
Okay, real estate is an ideal investment. I learned this a long time ago, okay?
You've had a lot of years
people
to
talk
learn
about
stuff.
Do what?
You've had a lot of years to learn stuff.
Shh, easy. I'm not that old, okay? Simmer down. So, I learned this a long time ago that real estate is what's called an ideal investment, all right? And the reason ideal is investment is every letter in ideal, okay, stands for a benefit, an advantage of real estate. Because let's face it, guys, there's real estate and there's everything else, right?
It seems to be the way we classify it.
There's real estate. Listen, I used to invest in the stock market. I had mutual funds. I had, 401k stuff. My 401k turned into a 101k.
You're really upset about that. You mention that about every week.
I am. I used to be, not anymore. But the thing I've realized is I do not want to put my money into anything that I cannot control. When I learn, got me some learning, okay? When I got me some learning.
Really? We're about to have to go to break?
We are about to have to go to a break. See, that's what you get for talking about your set of cousins and stuff.
All my fault. I hear you.
So, I learned a long time ago that I did not want to invest in anything that I could not control. All right? I want to be in control. How many people want to be in control? Raise your hand. Because let me tell you something. If you Chad and Lynn are raising their hand. Let me tell you something. If you won't raise your hand about that, you're going to lie about other stuff too. Okay?
Just look at yourself.
So, listen, we're going to go to a break, all right? And when we come back, I'm going to go through every single thing of why real estate is the ideal investment and how you can control it. And there's nothing better than real estate, all right? Nothing better than real estate. However, if you want to get a free investor's kit, call Macy, right?
877-LARRY-GO. Give Macy a call. Ask her to get you set up for an office tour. get the digital investors kit sent out to you. Come by for an office tour to get the physical one, though. Get registered for our next Charlotte event or any of the other ones that are coming up around the country. 877-LARRY-GO. Bringing it back. Bragg Radio here. 1 Julian Price Place. Our, what do you call this?
You have no idea where we are, do you?
1 Julian Price Place. That was where we are. We're at the WBT radio station.
That's right.
Our
downtown,
flagship station.
At our flagship station from the Bragg Radio Network. Broadcasting live from 1 Julian Price Place.
There is the plug for the station, okay? No need for y'all to stick in commercials.
The Chad and Lynn studio.
Chad does control this. This little room is his domain.
That's it. And it is a very little room. Very small, tiny
I like
room.
this one better than the
I have to
basement,
stand
though.
up.
You do not have to stand
Well,
up.
I don't have to, but I do.
Anyway, all right, so we were going to tell them why real estate is the ideal investment, and we need to do that because we did not do it at all in the first segment.
You know, there's a lot of people out there contemplating real estate, or do I want to buy a franchise? Do I want to start a business? And you know, they say 90% of all businesses fail within the first 1 to 3 years. Okay, that's why franchises are so popular. But you know, there's so many different things you can do with real estate, and so many ways that real estate has advantages. Okay,
What's the I mean?
Yes, Kandas, I will tell you now.
Stop chasing your squirrels.
Look, Lynn and Chad are ready to take notes and write this down.
I know.
Okay, the I means income, okay? The I stands for income. Real estate gives you income, and it could be in the form of whether you're buying and selling and generating, you know, business income, ordinary income, you're buying and selling, you're wholesaling, you're a dealer, or you're doing fix and flips, you're a dealer, you're buying and selling, you know? No different than owning a convenience store or a grocery store or something like that. You could also do, like I said, fix and flips. You could also, you could own rental property, all right? You could have properties and you rent them out. You could do lease options where you buy a property and you lease option it, and then a couple years down the road, the person gets a loan and pays you off. So then you have a big payday, okay?
Right.
You could do seller financing. You could buy a property and sell it with owner financing for 3 to 6 times what you paid for it, which is one of the things we teach you. And there's a CD in there or a DVD in there in the investor's kit you can come by the office and get that's going to explain that model. I call that model Filthy Riches. And you could also loan money. You could be a private money lender. You could be a hard money lender. You could make short-term loans, long-term loans. You can earn anywhere from 6 to 16% or more. Okay, being a private money lender, just depending on if you just want to cut a check and get a return, you know, you're probably going to get about 6 to 8, maybe as much as 10%. But if you want to like buy a property and then sell it with owner financing, or buy a property and wholesale it and then finance that transaction, which is one of the things we can show you how to do, then, you know, you can make a lot bigger rate of return. We've got anywhere from 13.75 to 31% return lending money. Is that great or what?
That's right. So
and we can show you how to do that.
So income could be quick cash or cash flow or a combination of both.
Yeah, it could be properties or notes, or there's just so many ways to get an income out of real estate. You could do options on real estate. You go get a property under option to buy for, say, $40,000, and then you go find a buyer that'll pay you $50,000. You exercise your option and you sell it. And there's no risk involved. You might have paid $100 for that option. Is that great or what, Kandas?
Yeah, I like it. What's the D?
Yes, Kandas. I will explain it now.
Well, I know we got 2 more segments. Like, we've got a segment and a half to get through this.
The D stands for depreciation, okay? Depreciation, when you own real estate, all right, as an investment, like you buy a property, you lease it out, or you're a landlord, you have a tenant, or you have a lease option buyer or whatever, whether it's residential or commercial or whatever, there is a tax advantage called depreciation. the IRS says you can depreciate that asset over the life of the asset. And it's different whether it's residential or commercial. All right? So every year you get a deduction on your tax return. So literally, I know people that own enough real estate, that's their only income, and they make a lot of money. I mentioned one of them last week on the show that they said they have more money than they'll ever spend, and all they do is have investment properties, and they pay zero taxes legally. Okay, that's because real estate offers one of the things that makes it an ideal investment is depreciation. So you can depreciate that, and that comes as a deduction on your tax return. Now, we could go a little bit deeper, and say there's different forms of depreciation. There's straight line and there's accelerated depreciation, and there's also what's called cost segregation. All right, cost segregation, and where you can actually. Another word for that is componentize, which is a word, Kandas.
Componentize? I wasn't going to question that one.
Okay.
Sounds like I should, but,
Yeah, that's okay.
We'll let that
well,
one
Chad didn't flinch on that one, so I know.
No, and I usually watch for his cues.
You can put eyes on anything and it'll be a word.
Or ish.
I'm going to Larry eyes this.
Don't give him more rules.
I like that rule. That's a good rule right there. Right?
What is E?
You can also put ish on anything, right?
We're just gonna move on to E. I'm not sure what's happening.
Okay,
now.
so but let me finish up one little quick thing about depreciation. Okay.
Okay.
The great thing about it is you can take accelerated depreciation and componentize an entire house, and you can write off the house at different terms. And get accelerated depreciation where you get a lot more deductions in years that you have a lot more income. All right.
Right.
So I mean, like you can separate out the carpet, the windows, the doors, the landscaping, the wiring, the plumbing, and these different things. The roof, they're depreciated at different rates. So you can componentize a house, and that's something. I mean, it's not for the brand new investor. You need to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing, like myself or somebody else, and
get a really good CPA.
Exactly.
You need a really good
and we
real
can make
estate.
that recommendation too.
We sure can.
Right?
You need a really
So what
good
is the E, Kandas?
real estate CPA. Let me finish my statement in there. I don't know what the E is.
The E stands for equity buildup. Okay. Even if you buy a property. All right, and you get a loan on it. You're using leverage. Even if you buy a property and you get a loan on it, all right, guess who's making your mortgage payment for you? Who do you think is doing that, Kandas? Who's making your mortgage payment when you buy a property? Pay attention. Put your phone down.
I had to check on Superman. He's texting me, and he knows we're recording, so I wasn't sure why he was doing that.
So, all right. Anyway, so why do you think you have equity buildup? Who's making your mortgage payment for you?
What do you mean? What do you mean? You're
tenant.
whispering the tenant.
It's the tenant. So when you buy a property,
I didn't pay attention to that whole scenario.
You're right. You're right. You were out of it.
You said who's making your mortgage payment. I had no idea we had bought a house and rented it out.
Okay. Okay.
In my defense, we didn't start with that.
So the third one in I.D.E.A.L is equity buildup. And when you buy a property, even if you leverage that property and you get a loan on it, your tenant is making the payment every single month, okay? Your tenant is making that payment. They're paying you, like say they pay you $800 a month. Maybe your mortgage payment is $500 a month. You got another $100 a month for taxes and insurance. You have $200 a month cash flow. Plus you get the depreciation, which is going to shelter that $200 a month or $2,400.
For the year,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For the year. So, you end up paying no taxes on it as well, right?
Right.
Exactly. So that's 3 in the I.D.E.A.L. Income, depreciation, and equity buildup out of it. Real estate
buildup. Does it have to go with buildup?
Well, it gives you equity buildup, is just a good way to put it, I guess. Something other like that. But guys, we've got 2 more to go. When we come back, I'm going to tell you about those. But I want you to call Macy. Get a copy of the investor's kit. There's stuff in there about using your IRA to invest in real estate, about doing a filthy riches model, about being a real estate day trader. Come to our office, take a tour. It's a big old bag full of stuff, right?
If you come in, you get the bag full of stuff. It's a silver bag right now, but we're looking at changing that. Anyway, give Macy a call, 877-LARRY-GO, and schedule the office tour to come in and get the physical kit. That's the only way you're going to get it. Don't even try to get her to send it to you. If you want it sent to you, then it's going to be the digital version. She can help you with either, though. And ask about our upcoming 3-day events around the country and get scheduled for one of those. We'll be right back.
It's a silver bag.
Welcome back to Bragg Radio. We got a couple more things here about I.D.E.A.L investment, real estate as the I.D.E.A.L investment.
Absolutely.
I'm going to try to make sure Larry covers both of them in this segment.
Yeah, because sometimes it takes me a little while because I like to explain it.
Well, you like to explain it, but then you're explaining it also makes you chase a squirrel somewhere.
Well, that's me. I'm sorry.
And we got to be on time for the fourth segment today.
Because I do have ADOS.
I know.
Attention deficit. Ooh, shiny.
I get it. But we've got to finish on time because we've got Sabrina today, so...
Oh, my gosh. Is that Sabrina that just literally just got our course like a month ago and she's already done 3 deals?
Yes.
Wow. And she's gonna show you how to get your training for free too, right?
She did it.
How to get your free education.
So let's get started with the A. The A so we've got real estate as the I.D.E.A.L income. We've got I is income. D is depreciation. E is equity buildup. A is never mind.
A is appreciation.
A is, you go ahead and explain it, Lucy.
It's appreciation.
Appreciate you, Larry.
I knew that one.
Appreciate
I didn't know the E, but I had the A. I.D.E.A.L. What?
Appreciation, not appreciation. Appreciate you.
No, I hate that.
I know you do.
If you can't take the time to say, I appreciate you, and all you got is appreciate you, don't even say it.
Yeah.
Anybody out there, just don't do it. It's not.
I even said it to you today.
What?
Right? I didn't say I appreciate. I said thanks for all you do.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, okay, A stands for appreciation, right? So when you buy a property, just like you might buy a stock or something, it's going to go up and go down. But the way we teach you how to do it, you're going to buy at a discount anyway. Now I'm holding my hands out in front of me. Level, flat, okay? I've got one.
When we have Facebook Live, this is going to make so much more sense.
I've got one about 3 inches higher than the other. So if the hand that's higher is the retail price, we're always buying below, right? We're buying at, 70, 60, 50, sometimes 40 or 30% below list price, right? So, we could probably add another one on there, all right? I'll have to figure out how to work that other one, that we always buy at a deep discount, okay? But I can't figure out how to do that. D could stand for depreciation and deep discount. Anyway, so we're always buying at a deep discount. But I did you.
I.D.E.A.L. You just got to throw.
That's a good one, Kandas. Good for you.
Whatever. Don't patronize me. Appreciation. Anyway.
So appreciation, when the market goes up, your property's going to rise up with it, right?
Right.
A rising tide raises what? All boats, right? Is that saying, Chad?
That is correct, sir.
That's a little bit before my time.
Chad knows a lot of... What do you mean before you... Like it didn't used to or something?
I've not ever heard it before. I've not heard it before.
A rising tide raises all boats. Or is it ships or boats?
I've heard boats.
Really?
Yeah.
Good, so I was right. See, Chad knows.
I'm going to write boats, whether that's it or not, because sometimes ships, if you say it real fast, it sounds like something else.
Easy now.
And you don't want tides raising that.
This is a family show.
Don't make me hit the button.
Is that what that button actually says? Dump on it, doesn't it?
We got a beep button.
It does. Is that real? Is that a real button?
It's a real button, yeah.
And you
try it.
What happens?
Say a bad word.
What happens when you push that?
It turns you off.
Turns me off like
beep.
Immediately exactly. Or like the last couple seconds?
Immediately.
Wow.
Try it. Say a bad word.
That's good. No. It's not in my nature.
It's not in your nature to be put on the spot to say them, but you have some randomly.
It's not in my nature to say them out loud and in front of people. Anyway, so real estate is the ideal investment. You have income, depreciation, and deep discount. And you have equity buildup
We're gonna get that in somehow.
by the tenant paying your mortgage down. And you have appreciation because when the market goes up, right? When the market goes up, you know, a rising tide raises all boats, like we said, so your property values go up as well. You don't buy anticipating appreciation. It's just an added benefit of real estate, okay? So you don't buy with appreciation in mind. It just happens, okay? It just happens normally and naturally, right? So, and the last and final thing, okay? The last and final thing that makes real estate one of the greatest investments out there
What is it?
is leverage.
I had leverage too. E was honestly the only one I did not have.
Really?
Yeah.
Equity buildup?
Yeah. No.
Wow. So leverage means you don't have to pay cash for it. That's one way that you increase your yield. I mean, think about it. If you pick up a property for $50,000, right?
Yep.
What if you can go borrow the $50,000? You have nothing in it, and let's say you have a $200 a month cash flow. That $200 per month, what is the rate of return on that $200 per month, $2,400 a year, if you have nothing in the investment?
Infinite.
Wow, way to go. I was going to back up and tell you.
You didn't even have to whisper it.
I was going to back up from the mic and tell you the answer.
I listen. I may not always understand, but I listen.
That's awesome. You do a great job. Good job. Good job, Kandas. So leverage, you can borrow the money. You can borrow it from banks, from credit unions, and the best place to go is probably a small town private bank, right? If you're dealing with the Bank of Americas and the Wells Fargos and the Chase Manhattans and all that, okay? It might not even be Chase Manhattan anymore. I'm sure Chad probably knows. He knows everything.
Just Chase.
He's like Google. He is like a living
he
Google.
Is. Yeah. That's going to become our new term out here. Instead of Googling it, we're going to say, just chat it. Just chat it. What's the answer?
And if I don't know, I answer you in a way that you think I know.
There
That's
you go.
what's important.
Right.
I would not question him. If he said one of these crazy words you said was true, I'm not going to even double check it to see.
I believe it.
Because he doesn't waver.
I
So
believe
funny.
it. You just haven't known him long enough like you have me. You question everything I say now.
Well, yes, I know better with you. You're right. It is the experience level.
Easy now. Easy now. That's funny. Oh, look, Bob Seger just sent me a message. Look at that, Chad. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Bob Seger sent me a message. The Bob Seger, by the way.
With the silver bullet band, that
Bob Seger and the silver. He's coming. He's coming to town. He's coming to Greenville.
Nice.
You going?
I am not.
Oh, I'm going.
Good for you.
I'm going to go see Bob.
Found
Anyway.
Love how I just randomly find out there's tickets I have to buy. Limos I'm going to have to book.
Oh, if there's
Hotel
limos,
room.
I guess I am going.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And Kandas, you and Matt are going too.
No, we're not.
Let me talk to Matt about that. Okay, so as I mentioned, the last one is leverage, okay? And so that's how real estate becomes an ideal investment. You have income, depreciation, equity buildup, appreciation, and leverage, okay? And the way we teach people how to buy real estate and sell real estate and make money on real estate, it's even better because we buy at a discount.
Right.
And we show you how to leverage it in the best possible way. And in addition to the depreciation, which is a tax benefit, okay, it's like phantom income, all right? In addition to that, we show you how to do it in your self-directed retirement accounts. In fact, when you come to the office, one of the books that you're going to get is going to talk about how to do these deals in a self-directed retirement account.
Right.
Which
Straight
is,
from that custodian.
That's right, straight from the custodian. And if you think like, oh man, this is a scam, I can buy real estate in my IRA, I've never heard of this.
You're wrong.
Well, that's exactly right. That's
You
correct.
are.
It's because you can do real estate. Just Google it. You know, real estate IRA, Google that terms, or real estate in my IRA, or is it legal to buy real estate in my IRA? Okay? The reason you can't do it at Schwab, Fidelity, or anything, it takes a certain amount of administration to be able to do that. And the custodians do charge you every time you make an investment or collect a rent payment check or something like that, or buy or sell an investment. And the Schwabs and the Fidelities and all that, they don't want to have to deal with that, okay?
They've got a niche.
And we can show you what to do. Call Macy. Give her a call. Get a copy of the Investor's Kit. It's got several books in it. It's got like 4 or 5 books, actually. Asset protection, entity structuring.
No,
There's several DVDs in
there.
there.
The physical kit has different stuff than the digital kit. If you put forth the effort to come to the office, we're going to put forth the effort to give you a little bit more. So the physical kit has more physical books and some more information in it than the digital kit. Both of them are good, but I would suggest if you're able to, give Macy a call and get her to schedule an office tour for you so you can come in and get the physical kit. Don't ask her to send you the physical kit. She's not going to do it. But she will send you the digital kit. While you're on the phone with her, ask her about our upcoming 3-day training events.
Coming up
What?
is Sabrina.
That's right.
Right next, coming
up
is Sabrina.
In the middle of my whole little spiel.
I'm sorry.
Yes, listen to the 4th segment, but in the meantime, give Macy a call. 877-LARRY-GO. 877-LARRY-GO. Welcome back to Brag Radio, leading the world to be rich and generous. It's the 4th segment. So happy, so excited. I love the 4th segment. This week, are you finished with your air guitar over there?
Yeah,
ready
I love this song.
I'm
Hot
just
for Teacher,
saying.
I love this song.
Okay, so
Wow,
we're ready to
man.
do this. Oh, anyway, we've got we've got a student that I'm really excited about this week because she is like the epitome of a go-getter. She has just taken charge since she met you last month in June at her local real estate meeting.
She's a doer.
She is, and And I think she's already requested her testimonial refund from just getting the course in June. But she's got every
That's awesome.
right.
I love it.
She's got every right to do that. Sabrina, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Is that what you have already requested, the testimonial refund, right? And we just met you in June?
I have already received my testimonial refund. It's in the bank.
Are you kidding
That's
me?
awesome. She just met you in June.
I could have kept that money in my account a little bit longer, earning interest. That's awesome. Congratulations. So basically, you got some training from us. You invested in yourself by getting some training, education from us. You went out and did not 1 deal, but 3 deals, and then we gave you your money back. We got to stop giving out testimonial refunds.
No, we don't.
We got
Listen to her voice. You hear how happy she is.
We got like close to 1,000 of them now. Right?
Not only did she get her testimonial refund back, but she's also got 3 deals that are making her money.
Awesome. Yep. Sabrina, I want to be the first one to say congratulations. I'm just so excited for you.
How about you bust his bubble and tell him that he's not the first one to congratulate you?
Was it
our
you,
office
Kandas?
did that. I think Cornelius did it when she sent in the request.
Yeah, Cornelius Dean still calls me every week.
Everybody, that's awesome. Good. I'm loving it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and then kind of move into the deals that you did?
Okay, well, I have been, studying and dabbling in real estate since I was in college, probably for about 10 years. And when I heard you were coming to the local real estate meeting, I made sure I went, and just your presentation, you kind of tweaked the way I was looking at doing deals and making offers and just really changed my outlook on real estate. And I immediately started making offers. I hired a virtual assistant. I really just did the things that were in the program. And one of the sellers had multiple properties. I had negotiated him down. I made one of the lowball offers. He counter-offered, and we reached a deal. And then he said, well, I have a few more in that area if you're interested. One of the properties is rented out already, so I have a tenant. So there's positive cash flow, so I'm just very excited.
That's awesome. That's one of the things in real estate being an ideal investment, income, right?
Right. So the other one should be rented out by September is our projection. We live in the area, so we like to go in and put some sweat equity in. I get really good deals on builders materials. So we find that worth it. So actually my boyfriend's working on one of the properties now.
That's awesome.
And I'm sitting at home looking for more deals.
Well, you can't say it so nonchalantly, though, because it's work, too. You just get to be in a little bit more comfortable environment than him.
That's great. So I want to ask you a question. You mentioned something a minute ago a lot of our listeners may or may not be familiar with, if maybe this is their first show they've heard, but you mentioned you hired a virtual assistant. Tell us a little bit about that and how much you pay them and what they do.
Okay, well, I actually starting out, I hired 2 different companies and made them compete against each other. One was a 24-hour virtual assistant center that charges by the call, like you buy in bulk. And then the other one was local to me, just 9 to 5, but I found that most of these calls were happening between 9 and 5. I wasn't really getting too many, numbers outside, so I give them a spreadsheet. So if any of the realtors call them back, they'll know what the authorized, offer amount is. Or if it's, slowing down, they'll just start making the phone calls for me. I put all the information in the spreadsheet that they need. And then if, anyone is interested, then they'll patch it through to me, and I'll take it from there.
That's awesome.
That is great.
I like
that
that
is great.
setup. That
so
way
you
it's
have
not
2
wasting
separate
your time.
services, and they're competing against each other to determine who you're going to keep long term, correct?
Well, the local one won. I like having a local place that I could go in. I could talk to the girls. The one place was so stiff, it was scripted, so they couldn't deviate. So it just wasn't really working for what I needed them to do. But the other office is just 3 girls. I know all of them, and they've been really great.
That is good. That is good. Can you give us a little rundown on your deals? Because I know you said you told us earlier that you bought all 3 of them from the same seller. And
right.
They even gave you a little bit of seller financing with that you negotiated. That's awesome. You're a shrewd negotiator.
Yeah. Actually, my boyfriend got that seller finance part in. So we do work as a team. But I was looking for properties. There's a few areas that are local that usually have lower priced houses. So I think the one that I saw was listed for $15,000, and I offered him $5,000, or one of your numbers $4,876.
I love it. Always give them an odd number.
That's
Looks
great.
like you put a calculator to it.
Yeah, it does.
So we ended up settling on $10,000, but it's properties on that block are selling for about $40,000 to $50,000.
Whoa, that's awesome.
So I got it for $10,000, and he said, "Well, I have another property right next door that's for sale, and it has a tenant." And I said, "Well, if we could, if it's in the same condition and I could get it for the same price, then that would be great." So it's close. I went out, I looked at them, and then he called back, and we agreed to that price. And then he called back and he said, "I'm really just cashing out." He's an older guy. He was like, "I have another property. It's bigger. You could turn it into a duplex. I wanted 25, but I'll give it to you for 20." So I sent my boyfriend out, and he got it down to 15, and he's carrying a $7,500 note for us.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, so we could have turned it into a duplex because it has the dual entrances, but we decided to keep it just as a single family because it had been converted back for now, just for timeliness sake, but we do expect to be done. The target date is September 1st to be, rented out, and that one should probably bring $1,000 modestly, but if we do Section 8, it will probably bring us about $1,200 to $1,300 a month.
So you got $40,000 in these. What's going to be your total income per month on your $40,000 investment? Well, really, it's not 40; it's like $32,500 since you got $7,500 in financing. But what's going to be your total gross income on these 3 properties once you get the other 2 rented out?
It would be about $2,300 a month if we just, went with tenants, like off of Craigslist or, any of the rental places. Or if we went Section 8, it would be probably closer to $25,000 to $3,000 even.
That's about that. that's about a 50% return on your money. You're going to get half your money back in the first year.
Yeah.
So I want to congratulate you. That is awesome. I love it. You've taken it to the whole next level, and you even got your money back on the course.
Yeah, I got my money back.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Money well spent, and I got it back.
So I know we got about a minute left. I know you're planning on doing some things to be generous. So, let's go out with you telling us some things that you plan to do to be generous, because I know you're big on wanting to give back.
Yeah, I would love to really get into the public schools, especially I'm local to Philadelphia, and just really get in front of the kids and let them know that the 9-to-5 plan or the going to college is not for everyone. You could still be successful, and really give them incentive to read some of the books that really helped me and transformed my life, at an early age based on, of course, their age level. Try and make it fun, give them rewards, so they're getting the values that they might use later, but they're getting rewarded in the short term. Kids are my main priority, just, letting them know that there's so many ways to be successful.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
And that is going to wrap up today's Bragg Radio, leading the world to be rich and generous. For more information about what Larry and Kandas talked about on today's show, or to get a free investor's kit, call 877-LARRY-GO. That's 877-527-7946. You can also go to braggradio.com. Make sure to tune in every Saturday for Bragg Radio, leading the world to be rich and generous. Larry and Kandas will show you how to invest in real estate and the many ways real estate creates the ideal investment. Here on News 1110 99.3 WBT.